Hello na karibuni sana. Leo nataka tuongelee jinsi mtu anaweza pata hii scholarship ya Hungary kirahisi, na pia nataka kusema kama ni mara yako ya kwanza kunitazama ama kuingia Wafushi Media, nataka kukuambia kwamba asante sana, na pia nataka kusema asante kwa wale ambao wamesubscribe kwa hii channel. Kama we ni mgeni hapa, asante, na pia unaweza support sisi kwa kusubscribe na pia kulike. So leo nataka niongelee vitu gani unafaa ufanye ndio irahisishe kupata hii scholarship ya Hungary. Kuna vitu mingi sana nimeulizwa, like kitu kama passport. Mtu ananiuliza, Dan, unafanya hii na hii, unaniambia to apply scholarship but mimi sina passport." Kwa hii ku apply hii passport hauhitajiki kuwa na passport the first step. Pale ambapo wanakuitisha like passport, we scan ID yako, weka hapo. Mambo na passport itakuja baadaye. Ukishasonga mbele, ukishaselektiwa, ukienda mbele, hapo ndio utaanza kutafuta passport. Na kama uko na letter ya kutafuta passport, ukienda na hii letter kwa ile pale pa kutengeneza passport, Nyayo House ama popote pale, itakuwa rahisi sana wewe kupata passport. Utashangaa ukikuwa na letter like passport yangu inahitajika niende majuu kusoma, watakuangalia na watakushughulikia kiurahisi sana. So nataka niongelelee vitu kadhaa zenye mtu anafaa afanye ndio ikuwe rahisi yeye kupata passport, au kupata scholarship ya hii ya Hungary. Kumbuka kwamba hii scholarship ni watu 5,000 in 70 different countries that are being required to go to Hungary for study each year. So it is very, very competitive. You are given 2 chances, either to apply, like do different courses in the same university, or 2 different courses in different universities. Here I like to tell you that if you want to increase your chances of applying for chances of getting this scholarship, I like to say that don't focus only on Budapest, the capital city. Try to look for other cities in Hungary. There are so many cities in Hungary which have good universities. For example, Debrecen or Pacha. Like you can look for universities in different cities, so that like everyone in this country, like they only know about Budapest and they think that Budapest has the best. But if you want to increase your chance of getting the scholarship, apply one chance in Budapest and another chance in another city within Hungary. It will increase your chances of you get this scholarship. So the second thing, that you need to meet your deadline of application. Make sure the deadline for this application is in 16th January 2023. For you to submit your hard copy to Teleposta Towers. Teleposta Towers is near GPO, I think Kenyatta Avenue. So make sure that you submit your physical copies, hard copies, within the specific time. The online application is on 15th of January. So these deadlines are very, very important. If you don't apply and the deadline is passed, forget about the scholarship. So if you haven't applied, take your time and apply. It's still open. The scholarship is open right now. And now I'm going to take you through about after submitting your documents, what happens, what you need to do during this time. If you are shortlisted by the ministry and you are going for this interview, first of all, it will be a panel interview. You have so many people like asking you several questions. So one thing you need to know, get equipped about your subject. If you are going to study medicine or economics, finance, or natural sciences, get to know what is happening. Get to know how important is your subject to Kenya. They will ask you things, how your subject is related to trending issues in Kenya. For example, if you are going to study natural science or another science, they will ask you, how will you help the government? Maybe what is your knowledge on GMO? Or maybe if you are going to study agriculture, or how are you going to help the government mitigate food security, about something to do this, or increase production in food. So get equipped to know like what is happening, what is the current state matters trending in Kenya as related to what you are going to study. This is very, very important. Just don't go there blank. Maybe you know about your subject, but you haven't done much research. Do research on your subject as per the Kenyan matters, like what's happening, or how is your subject going to help Kenya achieve Vision 2030, something like this. I'm just telling you, like, have general information about your subject and about the current affairs of the country, and how are these two things related in a way. Another thing, also you need to know, like, about Hungary, like get to know about Hungary, geographical location of Hungary, countries neighboring Hungary, the political system in Hungary, who is the president of Hungary. Get to know about general information about Hungary, which language Hungary speaks. Someone will ask you on the panel, like, tell us something about Hungary. So have something at least to say. Don't go there blank, like you don't know anything about Hungary and you want to go to Hungary for study. So I'm telling you, this is just for you to get to know which questions you could expect to be asked. I have done research. I have asked my friends who are in Hungary about what happened. Most of them have exams, but after this, I know, like, time is passing, but that's why I hate to come in and tell you this. But in future, I'll have one of them before the deadline ends. He will speak about what is happening in Hungary, what is going on in Hungary, and all about this scholarship. You will get to know about him. Okay. So another thing, after this, after the interview, if you are a successful candidate, now your information will be forwarded to the universities that you have selected, and at this point also you'll have an interview. Like, you'll have an online interview. If you are a bachelor student, you'll have like a written interview, a test, I mean, and this will be high school questions, junk also to do with maths, sciences, according to what you are going to study, simple things to do. So get to know, get to get prepared that something from high school might come up during your interview. I'm telling you this just for you to get prepared. Like, have something to do with, if you are applying for a bachelor's, don't prepare for questions from the university. Prepare questions from high school, simple maths, maybe something to do with English, something to do with biology, chemistry. Okay. And if you are a master's student, they will ask you more, they will be concentrated more on what is motivating you, what you written about your motivation letter, why you want to study this kind of subject. They will also ask you things to do with Hungary, like what I have told you early in a panel interview: political system, geographical location, why Hungary, why you want to study in Hungary. They will ask you, how are you going to manage? You are going to a country where they speak a different language. They don't speak English, most of them, but you are going to study in English. How are you going to interact with the locals? Feel free, you can tell them, okay, I'll make sure that I enroll for Hungarian language, and I'll be able to understand what other people are saying and get to know about the culture and something like this. So just get to know something to do with Hungary as you go to this interview. Don't just go there blank. At least have something to do with this. And I also want to tell you, they will ask you, like, the language proficiency. I haven't told you about something to do with the language proficiency. Like, you can get the language proficiency certificate from the Ministry of Higher Education. Write them an email, and they will give you this certificate for free. At the meantime, when applying, if you don't have it when applying, please attach your KCSE certificate for during this process, like your language proficiency. Attach there the KCSE certificate. But as processes go by, when they require it, email the Higher Education, Minister of Higher Education. They will give you this certificate for free. And also now, like, okay, other things that you need to do: make sure you have a very good motivation letter, 1-page motivation letter. Make use of Google. Read about what other people have written. See what fits you. Write it in your own words. Write what is good for you, and make sure that you own it so that it's good for you. Also, have a good CV, and on your CV, make sure that your academic credentials comes out very clearly. That what you scored, which school you studied very well, and it will really be good. Also, the referees, have the letters from the referees. They will really help and for you to get this scholarship. So with this, I believe that someone who is applying, who is planning to apply, or who has applied, this information will really help at least one person or two. And if you find it good, you can share this information to other people who may be willing to apply for this scholarship and apply. Other people, you could ask like the cost of the flight ticket and all this. First of all, make sure you apply. Make sure you have the scholarship in your hand. After this, other things might follow, like looking for money for the flight ticket. I'm sure things will work out. Maybe Wafushi Media will have grown, and we can sponsor even one person with the ticket for flight ticket. I don't think it could be a problem sponsoring one person who might have seen this information on this channel and applied, was motivated to apply, and the only thing he's lacking is the flight ticket. I don't think it could be a problem. So take your fears away from you.